Every child, I mean, deserves an opportunity to be involved in their community. And how can this happen if you are not part of that child's life, or you do not give the appropriate and accurate support needed for our children with exceptionalities to succeed and be part of their community? My name is Bola Tito Fatoki, the founder of Spedeveryday. And if you are watching for the first time, this is a YouTube channel where we talk about supporting our individuals with exceptionalities, both in academics, behavioral interventions, and of course, transitioning into the future. That's the end goal, right? Making sure that they're as independent as they can be, reaching their highest potential, and definitely creating awareness about special education. In our community, we have different categories of individuals. Some need our extra support to be able to succeed and, of course, be included in the community. Today, I'll be talking to you about special education inclusion in the community, the importance and how we can make it happen as parents, as a member in that community, as educators, as specialists, or as the adults in these individuals' lives. Who are the ones to look up to? You, myself, people around us, family members, community leaders, religious organization leaders. You know, if you do all those landlord associations, yes, those ones, the police officers. Because if you talk about an inclusive community, we want everybody to be aware of what we are in support of and how our child can be involved and included in the community. I want to touch that part of the police officers first. In some developing or underdeveloped communities, our officers may not even be aware, or yes, they know, yes, they are people with exceptionalities, with disabilities, but do they know how to approach them? Are they even aware that they have any in their community? Parents, if you don't say it, guardians, if you don't say it, if you do not let them know, we're putting our kids at very, very high risk. I tell you, even for your cars, there are stickers that would say, oh, a child with autism on board, a child with special education needs on board, so that this child may resist, any help. This child may resist or not accept you helping them, or this child may resist arrest. When people are aware of this, they tend to understand better that here is how I can help my child succeed, so that people do not take my child for granted or think this child is just proving stubborn. So parents, how do we get this done? Educators, how do we get this done? Number one, be an advocate for your child. If you don't say it, or nobody would know about it. If you don't create that awareness, if you don't speak out for your child, no one would know about what your child needs to be able to be included in the community. So as parents, as adults in these children's lives, as guardians, we have to be that advocate. Enough of the stigmatization, enough of feeling guilty, enough of saying, oh, I don't want to go that route, or people do not even understand me. When we start talking out as parents or as educators and supporting our individuals with exceptionalities, the world knows better. At school, in the churches, when I talk about community, I'm not just talking about those people, your next door neighbor. I'm not just talking about those people your child sees in the school. How about other places you go to? How about the stores close to your house? How about those markets near your house where you know your child will constantly visit? And where you know that as time goes on, you can transition your child into independently walking to those places. Is it the church Sunday school? Is it your place of worship? Are you a Muslim? Are you a traditional worshiper? Where are those places that this population come but they do not still understand your child? You need to be that person, that advocate in the life of your child to be able to tell them and create awareness. Now, I always tell parents, find people of like mind. Every child or every parent wants their child to succeed, but most times it's difficult doing it alone. So you may want to find people in your community or in your child's school. It's always easy to gather parents in your child's school that are of like minds, that are striving hard to get their children to be included in the community. Because you'll be surprised that some communities do not accept our individuals with exceptionalities. You know, when you're not aware of something or knowledgeable about something, who is the best person that can express it other than somebody that lives with this individual, understands them, learned about them, has researched about them, live with them? Those are the people that will be able to share, and that is you, and that is myself. So in your community, be your child's first advocate. Speak up, create awareness. And how can you do this? Call meetings, trainings, call professionals in your community. We have a lot of communities that come together to have meetings, monthly meetings. One thing I want you to understand is that there are times that if you have a child that is a runner, and already people in your environment know, especially those living close to you, understand and know your child. Guess what? If they see your child 2 miles away, or if they see your child 1 mile away, they'll be able to call your attention. They'll be able to get the child. They'll be able to call the police. So with doing all this, you are not just creating that awareness for your child, but you're also protecting your child and keeping your child safe. And also including your child in the community will let others understand and see the potential in your child. Some people that are not knowledgeable or lack knowledge of special education will tell you that, oh, these kids cannot participate. I don't even think that they can do anything. But including your child and involving your child in activities in your community would let them see the potential, and they will never take your child for a ride again. That's it. Because creating that awareness, being an advocate, they know somebody is watching, they know this child has potentials, they've seen your child. Parents, let us stop feeling guilty about our children. Let us stop the shame. In communities that they do not accept or yet to accept or not knowledgeable enough, which I would say about our children with exceptionalities, may be difficult, but it starts from us. Also, I want to tell you, sports activities is another way to include your child in the community. How can you use sporting activities? If the community does not have one, why not just create one? I know in Africa, a lot, Nigeria to be specific, we like soccer. We like to play soccer games. Yes, we can do that in front of our house. Guess what? Children pass, children move around. And when they see other children play soccer, they want to join in. We have a lot of games that we can do in front of our houses that other kids will be attracted to come. Invite other kids. Most times, other parents that are not aware or do not understand what your child needs to be able to be a part of the community may just walk past. Invite them. One important thing is that if people don't know, they may not ask. And if they not ask, they assume even beyond what would be happening. You know, that's where the curiosity starts. That's when they want to be like, what's happening? Let me peep. Let me see what's going on. But let them be part of your child's life. Let them see it all. When you have a child with, I'm telling you, if you have a child with special education needs, you would understand that you cannot, some of them, you cannot keep short. So if you do not let them now to do or participate in public, in their community, in their environment, in churches, and you feel like I'm trying to hide myself, you will get to a level that you will not be able to do that again. And then you may feel like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Why did he talk like that? Because it did not start, early intervention did not start. And you've not included your child, you've not helped your child to grow socially among its other peers and in the community. Another important fact to understand is that your child is never an embarrassment. I always tell people, what I do is what I do. What my child does is what my child does. So why would I feel ashamed or embarrassed about my child? That's what the child did. That's not what you did. And one thing is that people have different ways, even for their children that are non-disabled, they still have things about them that they're not proud of. But guess what? This is not even pride. This is not being proud. This is you raising your child in the best way, that your child can be able to be independent as much as possible. And even if you're not there, or if you have to drop that child off with another family member, you'll be okay and comfortable that your child is getting the services that they need. Parents, it is important to put your child first, and it is important to advocate for your child. When the community knows that you know what you're doing and you know how to help your child, they even run to you for assistance. They run to you to learn better. They run to you to want to know better about how they can support your child. Yes, we can have an inclusive community, but it starts from you. It starts from myself. If we do not create that awareness, if we do not call those meetings, if we do not share those posters, and people know about it, a lot of people will tell you, oh, every child is sick. Oh, that child has autism. That child has autism. That child has Down syndrome. Because what? They are not even aware that there are other and different categories of disabilities. And there's some you cannot even see it in the face or physically. So people get it twisted, believing that, oh, because I can't see this child it looks physically fine. This child is walking around. Oh, maybe just talks too much. But let everybody around you understand that even though they see your child physically, attractive, your child may have an IDD, intellectual disability, learning disability. Your child may be visually impaired. Your child may need assistance with speech and may not really understand when somebody gives an instruction or direction one time. Let your community know. Your places of worship, let them know about it and give the best to assist your child. Again, I will let you know, I want to say, importantly, be that advocate for your child. Speak out for your child. Engage your child in community activities. Let your neighbors know about your child. Do you have a police station close to your house? Go there. Let them know, I have a child with special education needs in my home. I have a child with exceptionalities. If you see my child outside, or if you try to talk to my child and is resisting help or does not want you to touch them, my child is not being violent. My child is not trying to run away or escape arrest. My child is not trying to just push you away that they do not need help, but they may not have the ability to understand what you're trying to do to them. So give them some chance. Give them that opportunity. This is how you can talk to my child. Share out lists. Help this child grow in the community that they live in. Because with that growth, they can grow along with the other peers and other members in the community and live an inclusive life in the community. This inclusion would not only benefit your child, but would benefit your environment and your community as a whole. Because this makes everybody aware, socially aware, to know how to talk to your child, how to be a friend to your child, how to pull your child closer and to better support you. Some things you may not know, and other members in the community know. They can help you as well to develop those skills that will better help you to serve your child. Again, it's your girl, Bola Tito Fatoki at Spedeveryday. I'll see you next week on Spedeveryday Yoruba. Adios. Have a great and lovely weekend. Bye.